more of Sonic and the Shiny Things Marathon, a marathon celebrating unconventional games, unconventional categories, 100% collecting all the treasures, basically anything that you're not used to seeing in Sonic games, we've got it here. A quick reminder that HOTFIX is funded in part thanks to your bits and subscriptions, so please consider subscribing to support future broadcasts just like this one. These broadcasts are able to be put on because of all of the support that you've provided. So don't forget, if you have Amazon Prime, you can link your Twitch account to subscribe for free. And with that, I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm sure you're excited to see more of Argick. So we've got Argick here with Alec on commentary. I'll kick it over to you guys.
All right, thanks, off. Yeah, just to let you all know, we are too fast for Sonic games, and we are all massively ahead of schedule by about an hour, which is why we have slotted in this quick bonus run here. It will be quick. It'll be about an hour. We're aiming for about a 56-minute time. We'll see how that goes. I am going to just get ready. I do have Alec here with me. You want to say hi, Alec?
I have speedrun this game, not as seriously as Argick, but I do have some experience.
And we're going to see how long it takes him to be able to get some words in while I motormouth my way through this again. But I hope you're all ready to enjoy this run. Going to start with the countdown. We're going to go on go. So 3, 2, 1, go. I promise you this will be the last time you see me today. I do have one more run tomorrow, but first we're going to enjoy some Mania here. So Sonic Mania, of course, Sonic and Tails, good ending here. I'm bringing the iconic duo back with us. And unlike other games that we saw with Sonic 3 Angel Island Revisited, we do have full control of Tails here on a slight delay. But we can use this to our advantage. And I have no idea where I'm going or what I'm doing. So I'm just going to restart the stage because I went straight into Sonic 1 strats. What am I doing? I'm supposed to be grabbing emeralds here, not playing Sonic 1. I'm too busy thinking of Sonic 1 strats. Like, wait a minute, this isn't the right part of the level. We're meant to be going to a bonus stage. Yeah, that's right. I'm supposed to jump down the hole that we're not supposed to go down. And we're going to go through here and we're going to go through bonus stages. So, Alec, if you want to explain the bonus stage tech, now is a good time.
Sure. So in each bonus stage, you're basically chasing this UFO, and you get the emerald by catching it because the emerald is holding it. However, there are some physics quirks. In particular, if you are able to jump quickly enough after landing, you can maintain speed that you gain. And you can gain an extreme amount of speed by going laterally, at least a little bit. And that's what he was doing there. So he used bouncing off of the walls and constantly jumping, combined with that slalom technique to actually go the direction he wanted to go in order to get to the capsule incredibly fast. That's going to be what you're going to see if all goes well in every emerald to at least some degree. Not everyone allows him to bounce off the walls and get that much speed that quickly, but you don't always need it, as you can see here.
Yeah, that's the second emerald, by the way. All done. The special stages are really fast, which is why you'll find in most categories of this game that the characters will be getting the emeralds. As for once, best ending is faster than any percent for some categories. It's really amazing. And yeah, so what we're going to be doing here is we're just going to be doing the boss. It is a quick 6 hits, 3 on each head of the enemy that appears here. So we just jump, jump, jump. That's 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and the boss is gone. Using the invincibility there, because when the boss is orange, you can't hit him because he's warm.
Or something.
Or something. I assume he just heats up from the inside.
I mean, it's a very plausible explanation.
Yeah. So Act 2 here, in the nostalgic stages here, so Green Hill, Chemical Plant, etc., the Act 1 in Sonic Mania is the Act 1 and 2 from the original games, but squished together, which is why you saw me make the wonderful mistake there of doing Sonic 1 strats in Green Hill, and they actually worked, because the level layouts are almost identical to certain points of their classic counterparts. In Act 2, however, Act 2 is filled with a new gimmick for each stage. In this particular stage, it is those zip lines combined with some of the new features that we have in the game. And we're in a special stage 3 here, so we're just going to do more of the bouncing off the walls here, trying to catch the emerald. Didn't they patch this? I saw someone in the chat say they did not. They patched the position of the emerald where it started in this particular emerald. They did not patch the physics out because that would require an entire rework of how the special stages work, which is really good for us.
Yeah, the physics did get tweaked a little bit. That made things a little more challenging, but the big adjustment, like he said, was the positioning of that emerald, because someone showed that you could just get to the Emerald on Mach 1 without really doing anything complicated, just doing the simplest baby strats. So like, okay, we don't want it to be quite that easy. And our strats are still viable, even if they're a little bit harder, so it's not that bad. And then just flying up to the capsule there is a little bit faster. They also implemented cutscene skip, which used to be a glitch, and then they made it a feature by making it intended, and I love that. It's such a good addition.
Oh yeah, cutscene skips in the original Mania before Mania Plus came along used to be a 2-frame window where you would have to press the pause button within 2 frames to try and skip a cutscene. Thankfully, Mania Plus, a lot of updates came in Mania Plus. Now, yes, they fixed a lot of things. They fixed a lot of glitches. They fixed a lot of the tricks that we used to do. However, personally, the things that we were given as a replacement for those, very much worth it. Things like cutscene skips. They even attempted to add in-game time for us. In-game time, unfortunately, a little bit broken as it wasn't built in with the game in mind from the ground up, so it doesn't exactly function correctly, but it's the thought that counts. And
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say the devs, they weren't able to do everything the way we wanted, but they were able to do enough that I just got to give them a big shout out anyway. And there are 2 ways to run Mania, if you ask me. Get a cartridge and play it on the Switch for 1.0 or one of the other consoles and never update it, or just play Mania Plus, and you'll get the best of whichever world you prefer. Either way.
Yep, definitely. Fantastic game. Highly recommend it to anybody who wants to play that classic Sonic, but modernized. Because look at the sprite work here. Look at the soundtrack. The soundtrack is phenomenal. And of course, the speedrun is absolutely great fun to play as well. Nice loop jump there into a jump on a little slope, allowing us to just navigate our way through these stages. I'm going to see if I can get a few more loop jumps on the go here, just to speed us up. Oh, jumping a little bit too early off the camera there. But hopefully this means Tails will come with us. Yo, Tails, you want to be a bro? You want to be a bro? You want to be a bro?
He does actually help against this boss sometimes.
Oh,
yeah. So he was trying to get a hit with Tails there, so he could get 2 hits before the boss went down into the muck there. But I do have to say that I will, as you said, look at the soundtrack. I am opening my Steam window here. Yep, there it is. I just looked at the soundtrack.
Yep, you can look at the soundtrack and listen to the game. But yeah, so coming into Chemical Plant Act 2 here, Chemical Plant Act 2's gimmick is Flubber. As you can see there, we stepped on a green liquid and we bounced really, really high. That's why it is called Flubber to me. There are 3 variants of the gloop. We have the dark blue gloop, as we saw at the boss, which will damage us. There is the light blue gloop, which will give us a small bounce, and then the big green gloop, which will give us a massive bounce. We want to use the green gloop to get as high as we can, and this is a cycle-based stage as well. I want to try and make it up to a certain area with the box cycle at about 1 minute and 18 seconds. We'll see if we can pull that off.
It is a little bit tight. Certain characters have less trouble with it than others, but it is one of the keys to getting a really good time in this stage, because each cycle you lose, I believe, loses about... It's like 5 or 6 seconds. I don't remember the number exact.
Yeah, we got a nice big jump up here, skipping part of the level. Sniper, no snipey. There's a little sniper enemy right above there that tries to drop a little pellet on you, but we beat it every time. And we're currently at the little drop dash area. Can we see if we get the 103 plunger? We did. Even though we hit the spikes, we still got through at 103, which is perfect for me, which means I should, in theory, make it to my area at about 115, avoiding the squish, because here comes our box cycle. Just up the top here, leading us towards where Emerald 6 is going to be. There's my 118, making it every time. Was that a swiper reference? Nice. Maybe.
Yeah, this is actually the optimal route through the stage. Glitched list for basically every character. Glitched a couple, Knuckles can break the stage, and I believe 1 or 2 other characters might be able to, like Tails maybe. But yeah, the general idea is either you get the emerald or you don't, based on the category.
And we are at 6 of them already. But now, coming up, Chemical Plant. Something I absolutely love casually, but I hate in the speedrun. It is, of course, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Salt-Inducing Puyo Machine. I apologize to all you puzzle gamers out there. I do not play Mean Bean. I do not play Puyo. I apologize for this.
Yeah, of the people who have run this game, I would say Claris, Kirby Masta, maybe one or two others were actually good at this. The rest of us are just kind of okay and hope for the best.
That is pretty accurate, saying we hope for the best. Yep. So I am already making an absolute waffle of this because I am not getting the combo colors that I need here.
And this is, of course, partly luck.
Well, I'm just going to take that for a double because that's going to at least stop him from being mean. I'm just going to aim for singles right now. I was trying to get what we call a Hailfire strat, which is a whole bunch of them mixed together. It ain't happening. That's a nice 2 combo, though. So the idea with this game is that you want to just fill up his area of the board without him filling up your area of the board. Again, not a puzzle game fan. Never have been, never will be. I apologize to all you who are. But the idea... Well, see, he almost junked himself there, which was nice. I need to see if I can try and sneak up just on that little 3rd column there that he's got going. I need another red, and we'll be laughing here. There's my red. Let's see if that can give us a little bit of a hand. Again, casually, love this. Speedrun, hate it.
Yeah, it looks like he isn't going to be able to do much here, but it's not the fastest Puyo fight, but it's also not a loss. So in a marathon, eventually, at the end of the day, you just take.
Oh yeah, at the end of the day, you take what you're given on this one. Again, this is where a lot of my time save is, unfortunately, but Puyo is entirely random. The modding community for this game, codename Gamma, is a very big member of it. And they recently found out that they can move certain elements of RNG. Puyo is entirely random and they can't do anything about it right now. So this is Studiopolis. Fun fact, this was the original stage that was prototyped and sent to Sega. This is why Mania became a thing. Now, we are currently just bouncing around on the bumpers here because they're being very mean to us. And it is not great, but we are using the drop dash here, which is a spin dash in midair. It is a trick exclusive to Mania. Was also originally meant to be in Sonic 3, but got pulled. It's a really good technique, and we use it throughout this run. But before we do that, we are going for Emerald number 7. Oh, that's a bad start to Emerald 7, though. Let's see what we can do. 1, 2, 3. Don't fall down the hole. Can we get the Emerald really early? Let's find out. It's going to be tight. Oh, we just got it.
Nice. So yeah, you can get the emerald right when it gets in there. It's not a terrible as long as you don't fall in one of the gaps. Even if you don't get it right away, you can get it a little bit farther down the stage because just doing that snaking technique is so effective.
Indeed, and now that is, of course, all 7 Chaos Emeralds, which means we get to transform into Supersonic, and because I love you all, I have disabled the Supersonic music, so we get to listen to T-Lopes' amazing soundtrack. Another thing they added in Mania Plus was the ability to disable the super music via the in-game level select cheat code. If you type in 6214, you can turn off the super music. And coming up is the Studiopolis 1 boss. This is Heavy Gunner. Going to fire 3 missiles, top, middle, bottom, known as 1, 2, and 3. That is a 2. Tails is also stuck at the edge of the screen right now. So Tails is going to become a bit of a magician soon. It's going to be quite fun. So we're going to wait for the transition point to happen here. Tails is going to get stuck. He's going to try and come back on screen very soon. He's died, so he's going to fly. And then once he flies back on the screen, anytime we pass the transition point, he just disappears. Tails is a magician. Will he land in time? Nope, he's gone. Let's see if we'll get it again. Here he comes. He's coming down. But we're going to hit the transition point. And nope, he's gone. That was missile number 3. Will Tails land with us this time? And he's here. Welcome back, Tails.
So you can gain or lose a little bit of time here based on when you know, which position the missile is. So not only is it a long auto-scroller boss, but it's also a little bit random. Obviously, you don't actually need 1, 1, 1, 1 to get perfect luck because it is kind of like frame rules in Mario in terms of how it functions. It's like a train leaving the station every so often. But the basic idea is that you want early ones as much as possible. And 1, 2, 1, 2 is perfectly fine.
Yep, 1, 2, 1, 2 is good. The downside we had here is that we had a few 3s in there, which is not great, but we take what we are given, and I'm deliberately going to slow down here just before the end of level signpost, as if you pass that at a high speed, it flies up in the air, and we got to wait a couple of seconds for it to come down. And you might have noticed that I am carrying over the lightning shield here. The lightning shield is one of the elemental shields that you saw in Sonic 3. It makes a return here in Mania. Rings will magnetize to me, and I will be able to use the double jump feature. Will I have an elemental shield? I cannot drop dash, so it's a trade-off between which one you want to use. Right now, elemental shields are generally better, especially when you're trying to gain super, because there we go, we get the super and away we go. So we lose the ability to see the shield, and we lose the ability to double jump. However, we still have the magnetize effect, which is really powerful because super plus the ability to have rings magnetized to you means you're pretty much never going to run out of rings. So again, we are coming up through studio here. See, we get a quick funnel. Not a quick funnel, unfortunately. It's kind of, I want to say it's position-based, but honestly, I think it's quite random if a funnel will let you through or not.
It's based on position and your current lateral speed, I believe. Like, it's kind of a function based on those, and it's a little weird sometimes.
See, there's a nice funnel. But yeah, so we are heading towards the boss now. And a nice thing that they've included in this particular version of the game is that when Tails grabs on a Supersonic, Tails maintains Supersonic's invincibility properties. So we get to use Tails here. How you doing, buddy? We're going to get a bit of swag going on for this boss. Just wheel swag fly backwards as we're hitting the boss there. And away he goes. Sorry, Tails. As we despawn, Tails loses the invincibility, and away we go. We're just going to grab the emerald, well, the capsule above here, and listen to this glorious noise.
Yes, this is a reference.
A reference to the Sonic stream that took place on the 22nd of the 7th, 2016. It was plagued by that noise, and we've added it back to Mania. So this is Flying Battery. This is also a cycle-based stage. The important thing about this one is that I don't get burned there, but we got burned there anyway, so now my platforms are going to be on a weird cycle. But it's fine. We'll see how this is going to turn out. I'm probably going to take it a little bit safer now. I do want to try and get to a certain area by about 43 to 53 seconds, but I don't think my platform was going to be in the right place there, so I'm just going to take it safe. Unfortunately, grabbing onto the railing there, not what I was intending. My ring count may be a little bit low here, but we'll see how this turns out. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be a little bit lower on rings than I would like there. Taking that hit is not grand. We are at 47. Well, I'll just grab these rings here, jump, transform, and away we go. The extra feature with the lightning shield in this particular stage is that while there are magnets above you, you will be running on the ceiling instead of running on the ground. It's actually pretty cool, and I've completely missed the 53 there as well. This is intriguing. I'm going to be super safe and just wait for the 59.
Good call. I've died there in marathon run.
Yep, died many a time there myself as well. Never done the 59 cycle in a while, but unfortunately the double hit of the star there means that I'm completely off cycle here. But as long as you know your backups, you'll be fine. Something that can't be stressed enough with speedruns is that always have a backup, especially for marathon runs. So we're just coming to the end of the boss here. We've got Tails with us, so thankfully we'll be able to use Tails, our buddy, old pal, old chum. You want to fly up again with us? We'll give you our invincibility for a while there. Got to hit the boss 6 times, and through we go. Now, unlike Studio 1, where we kept our lightning shield, we are going to cutscene skip this next area, as the theme of Flying Battery 2 is quite literally junk. We're standing in it. And this means that we're going to lose our lightning shield, but that's not a problem, because we know where another lightning shield is, and we know where a big ring is as well, allowing us to transform into super almost immediately, and then we'll use the lightning shield for an attempt at a boss skip later on. The downside about the boss skip coming up is that it is a one and done trick, because if I fail it, I die. But fingers crossed that we get it going through, and we'll see how the rest of this run goes. So this level, fairly easy, not a lot we need to worry about. Something that is different about Mania compared to all other Sonic games is that you're not necessarily always wanting to take the top route. The Mania devs did a really good job with the level maps here, and you want to mix it up. Sometimes you're going the top, sometimes you're going the middle, sometimes you're going the bottom, sometimes you're taking a mix of all the routes. It just depends entirely on how the level functions. Flying Battery 2 here is primarily based on the bottom route of the stage. The top route is really fascinating to play, but unfortunately a little bit too long for us.
I'd say more than a little bit, but yeah, it's fun.
Oh yeah, it's fun, but yeah, it is long. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to deliberately jump into this checkpoint here. This is going to take us into the Mania Plus bonus stage, Pinball. We're immediately going to fail Pinball, however. We do this just because I despawn the Supersonic, and then we are going to use this lightning shield and our buddy Tails here to effectively despawn a kill plane and then have Tails hit the capsule for us. We'll see if this works out. It's very hard. I genuinely hope I get it, but we'll wait and see. So here we go. Let's see. Fingers crossed. I think I jumped too early. Oh, he's in there. We got it. So Tails is down in the capsule area right now. If I position myself, Tails hits the capsule and we finish the stage. So the boss is directly below us in an infinitely scrolling vertical area. We don't need to do any of that because we despawned the kill plane. And thanks to the cutscene skips, this allows us to not soft lock and get straight through into Press Garden. Love that boss skip, so good. So now in a Press Garden 1 here, not even going to bother trying to go for the legendary zero cycle. I have got it exactly once. It is ridiculous. I'm just going to take the first cycle, get to the blocks by about 29 seconds when they respawn. Nice and easy. This stage, again, very vertically based. Brand new stage 2 Mania as well. We are in Eggman's printing press. He is, of course, printing fake news, as always. And we are just going to go through, and we're just going to run through this level.
Yeah, fun little Easter egg. If you go out of bounds, like using debug mode or something, you can actually get into this one little area that you're obviously not intended to be able to get to, but they put a little thing there that's just like hello in backwards letters.
It's like they knew. So I'm going to attempt a very cool drop dash here. Vertical drop dash. There you go. Straight up the wall. Not getting the full height there, but it's still good to get us up this top route. For the fire shield, again, the flame shield, very important, not for this stage, but for the next stage. But what is super important is if any of you have any wave emotes or Vohayo or anything, please do join me in waving to the wonderful boss here. It's very friendly. I'm sorry I have to beat you up, but here it comes. Wave to the boss. Hi, boss. And then we get the Doomsday swag strats. Oh, yeah. Goodbye, boss. Nice to know you. Speaking of swag, this stage, of course, does end with a lot of swag. We got it here. If you face to the left-hand side, it's going to be really fun. So keep an eye out on Sonic here. The reason we did grab the fire shield here, the fire shield gives us a horizontal dash. It also protects us from freezing, which happens in this particular level right here that we dodge. And again, here that we dodge. And then we can bust through ice spikes because fire is greater than ice. And we're just going to navigate our way through this stage, of course. Just going as fast as we can, trying to grab as many rings because I want to get 40 rings by the time I get up to this next section. I'm going to have to just unfreeze. Sorry, I'm going to have to thaw these ones. Unfreeze or thaw. Unthaw is not a thing, Arg. Words are hard. And now that we are supersonic...
that would just be like refreezing.
Refreezing is unthawing, yes. Sonic, do you agree with us? I say no. But so we are coming up into the boss area here. Again, a really smooth stage. Can be done really quickly in less than a minute. Heavy Shinobi is literally just a case of whose hitbox is bigger? Hint, mine. So we hit 3 hits, they will hit us. We hit them twice. 1, 2, there you go. We're going to do it again for the final time. Bump, bump, and the boss is done, finishing the stage in 54:25. Once the boss despawns, hold left, there you go. Dang. And now using the power of the Phantom Ruby, Mr. Robotnik sends us off to Stardust Speedway. We're back on Little Planet. So Little Planet here, very nice, smooth stage, very chill as well. Lots of cool slope jumps that we get to do there, if you remember a jump. Boosting ourselves out of these like little spring boosters and just trying to do as many loop jumps, maintaining the speed as you go through the level. Dodging all the spikes. But speaking of spikes, we're coming up to one of the most deadly rooms in the game. It is the spiky room. I'm going to wait. Spiky room of doom. Don't want to do it. I'm going to jump over that. Oh, we still got bodied. Well, we're going to have to grab some backup rings there, which is not a problem.
You got hit by the tail end of that. Like I hate
great,
it when
isn't
that happens. Like that's actually just generally speaking, the hitboxes in this game are really good, but that's one of the places where they can be a bit iffy.
Yeah, but it's not a problem because we have a backup ring route that we can take that will give us enough rings so long as we have 30 going into the area, which will take us through to the next part of the level, to the boss room. Probably going to get there about 1 minute, 5 seconds here. And a nice boss up. 1, 2. And then he'll summon mini versions of itself. And we go through.
These
And then you
flowers, well, these are like the flowers in CD, but they're so much easier to hit.
Yeah, they're not mean. They're not nasty. And then, of course, we are going to head to the present, as this is the past version of the stage, and we hit a future sign, which takes us to the present, aka the stage that pretty much plays itself after a certain point.
This is a really fun level of time attack too, but it's short enough that it can lead to fatigue.
Definitely, yeah. If you, I'm deliberately taking some routes here to get some rings because we will be using super. I am going to try a glitch that I'm normally not too good at, but we'll see how it goes. It's going to skip a phase of the boss. The level is now playing itself, by the way. Woohoo! And then we're just going to do a nice big jump at the end of the section here, straight over the hole that has a death bed under it. And we're coming into the Metal Sonic fight. So the Metal Sonic fight is split into 3 phases. First is the chase. Second is the Silver Sonic fight. And the third is the Metal Sonic Kai section. I am going to attempt to skip the Metal Sonic Kai section. However, it is using technology that we're not supposed to be able to do. Vertical zips. And we'll see. If I do it incorrectly, I will end up soft locking myself and have to restart. I'm praying that we get this. Let's see how we do. Line ourselves up right. I'm actually going to line myself up properly. There we go. Spin dash once. Release right. Jump. Double jump. Oh, we got it. We got it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to hit that so we don't get
nice.
soft locked. Up to the Metal Sonic Kai fight. I'm sorry, 8-bit fans. I am skipping Silver Sonic. So what happens there is the developers of Sonic Mania here are aware of classic games. They are aware of how you can do level zips and level wraps. Mania was designed in mind with that engine. Or sorry, let me rephrase that. Mania's engine was designed with that in mind. And anytime you get stuck in an area you're not supposed to be in, the only way you can go is up. And 9 times out of 10, you will hit an invisible Eggman block that will crush you and kill you. However, there are 2 instances where we can use this as Sonic and Tails. That is one of them. The other one is coming up in Lava Reef 2.
So the top route here is definitely the one you want to take if you're going super because it has more rings. But the middle route there is also really fast. Just a little fun fact there.
Yeah, again, this stage is actually one of the more dangerous stages in a speedrun because we do a mix of the top route, the middle route, the bottom route. And the reason it's dangerous is simply because if you're unlucky, you will die and there are no checkpoints because we take so many of the different routes. And we always seem to miss the checkpoints, you know? And going back to what Amber was saying earlier, I don't know if she's still in the chat, it's HYDROCITY. God dang it.
Agreed.
None of this HYDROCITY nonsense. So again, making the 1-minute cycle on the boxes here. Do not attempt to skip a cycle. They will crush you. Do not do it. Save a life.
Seriously, you'd be surprised at just how hard it is to actually be aggressive there successfully. It's unadvisable.
HYDROCITY gang, rise up. Thank you, everybody. Oh, you HYDROCITY people. Bleh. So here's a shout out to Labyrinth Zone. I think it's a shout out to Labyrinth Zone, just with the way you are jumping up these areas. It may not be. Who knows? And again, we just gotta wait. I'm gonna take it safe though, because if you're unlucky and you release this too quickly, you can spin dash into that wall and soft lock yourself. And now we have the best reverse boss fight in the world. Never leave your Eggmobiles unattended or blue/yellow hedgehogs will come and steal them. I love the fact that this is a boss fight. This is a thing. You're just sucking him up, using the fans like he did to you back in the Sonic 3 days. And this time, we are the ones in control. It's so fun. And when you look, when Supersonic happens and he disappears, look at the bubble shield. It creates this perfect little dome over that looks like it's like encapsulating you. It's so cool. And again, of course, here we have the bubble shield. The bubble shield does give you a little bubble bounce that we are going to use to our full effect right now by doing a triple bubble bounce, or at least we're going to attempt to. Let's see if we can pull it off. So 1, oh no, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to take that safely. So unfortunately, we bounced off the top there of a wall, which means we didn't quite make it. Tails is just standing there. He's like, what do I do, boss? So he's going to fall down there, grabbing some extra rings for us. Can't complain at that. And we're going to say goodbye to the bubble shield for now, as I would like to use the drop dash for this next section. So slam onto the spikes there. Going to jump onto the cycle of the platform there, drop dashing our way down here, making sure that I can just get another drop dash straight through this guy. The drop dash just speeds up this section, whereas a bubble bounce would just cause me to boing. There are exactly 53 rings between the beginning of the stage and the first checkpoint. However, we already have a little bit extra because Tails fell down to the bubble area, which we didn't want to go down to, thankfully for not us. And this stage is based on a figure of 8. However, we are going to do none of that because we're just going to run back on ourselves, jump up, hit the level transition point, and then skip the entire left-hand side of that stage. And we're going to do it again because they give us this loop twice.
Yep, and it's like if you think about Sonic 3 and Knuckles, where you can spin dash and then jump through these things, it's still possible. It's just trickier. It's still a lot easier as Super Sonic than it is as regular Sonic, but the alternative is going back and hitting the trigger in the first one.
Yeah, so the way the games work, and this will be really important for Oil Ocean, the game is split up into foreground layer and background layers. You can't see it unless you play in debug mode, but they're basically foreground layer and background layer triggers. When you pass through these triggers, you will be on either the foreground layer or the background layer. Also, that was the game teaching you how to do this boss. Hit him with mines. We are Supersonic. We are invincible. We're going to hit him with ourselves. We can use the mines, but we can also use ourselves. Why not? And away we go. So we're going to use Tails for the second phase here. We want him to come into the thing, start flying just out of the water so he can grab us, using the invincibility again. Goodbye, washing machine boss. It was nice knowing you. He ain't going to do anything, and we are just going to position ourselves onto this area, heading into Mirage Saloon.
Positioning himself there, and then he's also going to be holding right, because holding right actually works here a little bit. The basic idea is you want to get to that transition as fast as possible to the right of the screen. There have been instances where it has taken a while. And now we have an auto.
We do have an auto-scroller, and I'd just like to point out there that, right enough, you remember Kids Run with Knuckles there. That's exactly what happened to the title. If you imagine that this was the Sonic and the shiny things, Knuckles getting knocked off the plane there is what happened to the and Knuckles part of the title.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So yeah, the only glitch I found in this game in my time of speedrunning is actually in this stage. It's a rather short skip, but I'm guessing Arg is going to be going for it in about a minute and a half.
Yeah. So I'm having to grab at least 50 rings here, as the glitch that Alec found here does require Supersonic. Specifically, it requires its transformation sequence.
Yeah, so you have to have 50 rings and not be transformed at a certain point. So that's actually important. He's gonna, I'm sure, get a shield here because it is surprisingly easy to just be really dumb and get hit. And there's a shield right here.
Yep, really important. This is the shield from Sonic 1, so no special abilities. However, the Mania devs were very nice in knowing that fact, and it means we can still drop dash. So this is the only shield in the game where we can still maintain drop dash while having a shield.
Makes all the shields good.
So you can hear the train in the background there. We've got to wait until the screen is moving all the way left. And then we're going to jump and transform here. And once we transform, the game gets confused about which layer we're on. Again, foreground layer, background layer. So it puts us on both, which means I'm going to hit the checkpoint and then go get crushed by those spikes. And what this is going to do is this is going to respawn me right at that checkpoint, skipping the entire train section.
The one thing I found.
And it is awesome. It saves like 15 seconds. So now we are coming into the Caterpillar boss. This boss is a random boss like most of them. It has a distinct pattern. You can either get it jumping 3 times, which we really want. It'll jump once, though it's giving us the 3 jump, which is nice. Or it can move to the left and right-hand side of the screen, which will enable us to get 2 hits. So here it moved over to the left-hand side. I can get 2 hits onto the boss. Where is it going to go? It's going to the right-hand side, which means we got a 3 hit, then a left, then right. So that is fine.
It's also a cool side effect of that skip that you are not going to be super. And it's actually good to not be super against this boss because you could very easily fall off the plane by going too fast for the plane. A la Sun.
Yep, in Sonic 2, you can spin dash and fall off the plane. The devs left it in this one for some reason. Yes, when we got to this stage, the first thing I tried was to spin dash and fall off the plane.
Same.
And I can't believe it worked.
It's the first thing I did too. I'm like, oh, it's this. I have to. And I
Yep.
just laughed.
Yep, I just laughed as well. It's like, it happens. So this is Mirage Saloon 2. Yes, I've seen people saying, is this similar to the unreleased levels in Sonic 2? Yes, it is. And we're just going to bounce our way along here. We do need our buddy Tails with us. This is one of the reasons why we bring him. He is going to do what I like to call ice cream strats. We're going to give him some ice cream, and then Tails is going to skip the boss for us, similar to what we did in Flying Battery. So we're going to wait for Tails to come here. I'm going to just stand at his ice cream. Yo, Tails, I got your ice cream ready, buddy. Nom, 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 nom. I'm going to stop, send Tails down into the boss room. Going to spin, going to jump at the ice cream. Tails hitting the capsule for us off screen, allowing us to trigger the end of the level without us going to see the boss room. And that is ice cream strats right there. I love them. So good.
Mm-hmm. And it used to be that you would either have to get a cutscene skip or do a slightly different manipulation in order to fall down into the area. So again, cutscene skip just really coming in handy for us, even beyond the convenience. Oil Ocean, here you can see that he's setting the oil on fire, kind of a cool mechanic they have. That ring obviously is just really convenient, and then it allows him to get onto this path, which is a little bit faster because of Supersonic's jump height.
Yep, we're just going to see what cycles we get here, see if I can take the top route, which we have managed to. And then we're just going to just drop dash our way towards the end of the level. Not much else to do on this one. Fairly simple level. However, once again, I require your emote assistance. If you have any yellow stars or you tried ribbons, please get them ready for Bob the Builder here. Because Bob the Builder just minding his own business here. Unfortunately, we have to beat him up. And the poor guy doesn't even get an attack off. He tried. He really did.
The first time I fought this boss in casual play, he didn't get an attack off either. Like, that's why we say, you try.
Yep. So I've deliberately positioned myself here. You can see this smog. This is the gimmick for Act 2. However, there's the lever that activates the gimmick, and we just passed it. So we are not getting rid of the smog on this stage here. The smog will disappear and then come back and slowly drain your rings. However, it's not happening, not on this stage. And what we're going to do, as always, is we're going to use the fire shield to just launch ourselves through the level here, and we're going to grab ourselves 50 rings. But once again, we're going to need Tails' assistance. Remember what we said about foreground layers and background layers? There is amazing shenanigans going to come ahead here. We are going to get ourselves stuck in the background layer when we're meant to be on the foreground and just casually phase through the level and skip the boss. So we're going to navigate our way through to a certain area, and we're going to get Tails here with us. So we're going to see if we can keep Tails with us or if he's going to respawn. I think he's going to come with us. No, he's respawning. No, he's here. I can hear him. There he is. Come up, buddy. We need you here. So we're in between a foreground layer and a background layer right now. So I'm going to need Tails to fly so we can jump with him. I'm actually going to land just to prepare this properly. So with Tails having full energy, we jump through this. We're in the foreground layer. But because Tails was off screen, he maintains background layer property. We then jump on the lever. We go into the oil. We jump once. We are now in the background when we're supposed to be in the foreground. The game is really confused. It is trying to kill us. It doesn't know what to do. We are going to use Tails here once again to go casually up and through the wall that just doesn't exist, flying over the trigger for the boss fight. And we are going to snipe land on the capsule about here and finish the boss without even seeing him.
So, even with that success, get your Fs ready.
Yeah, get your refs ready, because unfortunately, we have no control of Sonic, and he has to kind of fall down and die. Oops. However, we get taken to the next level because we successfully completed Oil Ocean 2. Welcome to Lava Beef 1.
And
yes,
yeah.
It's Lava Beef because I can't spell.
We have a bunch of those, like Lunch Base as well. Just things like that where we have nothing better to do.
Yeah, silly names for our splits. This is the only level that we're going to go off the beaten track to grab some rings, and the simple reason for that is Tails being a bro and opening the door down here for us, and it's just because there's 50 rings up there really easily, and we can do it. But yeah, Arg accidentally wrote Lava Beef instead of Lava Reef. Yes, I am aware B is nowhere near R on a keyboard. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I was hungry, who knows? But it became a meme, and it stuck with us, and it resonates through the Sonic community, so why not? Again, this stage, absolutely brilliant stage. I love the theme. I love the aesthetic of it. It was my favorite in Sonic 3. It is my favorite in Sonic Mania. Not a whole lot to talk about here other than just its smooth drop dashes, making cycles, etc. There is one really good jump coming up. We'll see it soon. We'll see if I can get it. It'll give us a full clear on a stair jump. And we'll see just how it goes. Here it comes. Oh, not quite getting all the way up there. Ah, it's unfortunate.
Back to the point of this stage in general, one fun fact about earlier versions of that skip in Oil Ocean, and also ones done by other characters, means you could enter this stage in a glitched form, in which case you would have to actually hit a checkpoint and die intentionally to reload the stage and have it function properly at the end.
Yeah, it's really interesting just how the game's changed over some of the patches. So here's a boss. It has super armor. We literally can't do anything until it hits itself with lava twice. If it hits itself with lava twice, it loses the super armor in the center. Hit it 3 times, it will lose its super armor on the sides. While it is glowing red, do not touch the boss because it will burn you. I found this out the hard way when I ran out of super rings and thought, I can jump and hit that. No, you cannot. It is not cool. And what we're going to do here is I'm just going to do a little extra special treat here. Old Clove here, who's in chat, showed me a really interesting ability.
Nice.
We're going to let this cutscene play, and it's going to dim the screen. But before it lights back up, I'm going to skip it. So we are going to have dark mode here. Look at this dimmed out mode. Look at how good the crystals look. So it's not as dark as it can be. You can almost get perpetual darkness. It's a really cool stage that just highlights how awesome the crystals look. It's so good. And we're also going to come up to our last little vertical section here, the little vertical clip I was speaking about earlier. So we're going to use the boxes here. Again, if you're in an object that you're not supposed to be in, the game will push you into a vertical area. You can only move up. Grabbing that ever so safely, making sure that we come down onto this box, going to jump, transform, get pushed into the wall, and this allows us to go through this area that is the top route that we were supposed to go way back at the start of the level, but declined to do so.
This is also my favorite track in the game.
It is so good.
I love the chill vibe it has.
I love the chill vibe. I love the riff as well. T-Lobes just did an amazing job on the soundtrack overall, but honestly, it's so good. And when you combine it with like how the crystals look, this stage is perfection. So that box just being in the way there. And away we come through. Yeah, I don't know who originally discovered the darkness glitch, but I know it was Old Glove that showed me it, so he's the one that gets credits from me.
I actually don't remember who found it first either, so sorry.
And then unfortunately, as we transition into the boss area here, the screen does brighten back up again as it loads the game correctly. But wait, Heavy Rider and Jimmy. So 8 quick hits on this boss. The boss moves based on your position. If you are far enough away from the boss will react. Nice easy hits there. Even though they're spinning the flail around, the flail is no match for Supersonic. And I hope you're ready for some anime.
Indeed. Just listen to the melody and what the kind of Vocaloid sounds are, and
this is anime. I said I wasn't going to do it, damn it. Oh, I can't not say it. Grimmy Hunter came in my stream one day while we were playing this level and was just like, yo, do you know this is saying this is anime? No, I can't unhear it. It's like, we can't hear it, and everybody's doing it. It's great, but it's so annoying.
This is also one of my favorite levels to play in a speedrun sense. Both Act 1 and Act 2, there's a lot of tech, and when you pull it off, it feels just so smooth. I love it.
One of the hardest levels, in my opinion. This stage, Act 1, does have a lot of foreground and background shenanigans that you can see here. At the start, we skipped that by staying on the top route. If you ever fall down in the bottom route while you're speedrunning, just restart the stage. It's quicker. Honestly, it is.
There are like a couple places towards the end of the stage, like past the halfway point, basically, that you can fall down and not lose much time. But there's only like one before that, and it's right at the end.
Also, shout outs to Supersonic again, who did Sonic 1. We are redoing his boss fight. This time slightly different. He added a 5th piston. The downside is it's literally still the same boss fight. Hit him 4 times, he'll go into pinch mode. He'll appear out of the 4th piston in pinch mode, and we just got to hit him 8 times. I got lucky there with him being in the middle. But yeah, we have disabled the supersonic music via an in-game cheat code that is activated via the level select. It allows us to turn off the super music, except for the next stage. As the next stage's gimmick is, of course, the original from Sonic 3D, which is the Shrink Ray. And when you are Chibi Supersonic or Chibi Sonic or Chibi Tails, for whatever reason, the supersonic music shall play. So those that are a fan of the tune will get to hear some. We include it for everybody. I apologize to those of you who are a fan of epic sax, but we gotta save the time and not save the sax.
Yeah,
so again,
the sax here is great.
The sax is amazing, but we gotta go fast. So again, foreground, background shenanigans here, but the main gimmick of this stage is, of course, the Chibi Ray. We are Chibi Supersonic, so tiny. And then once we get 50 rings, of course, we will be Chibi Supersonic. So we wait until we get around here, we will transform, and now we are Chibi Supersonic as we go. I'm just gonna wait in that cycle, I'm not gonna risk it.
Yeah,
And then we're gonna see where we're gonna be here. I think this one's still gonna be going down as well. No, we're going up, which is good. That's what we need. And away we go, going through.
Definitely a good call waiting there. You might have been able to make it, but the chances...
I wouldn't want to risk it, yeah. We're trying to get a 58 cycle here on the platform. We'll see if we can pull it off. It's going to depend entirely on my jumps here. That was not a bad jump. We might just get it. We're at 54, 55, 56, 57. The good bounce for the 58 straight through. 118. And away you go. And now we're coming to the gacha boss. How many bosses will we get to do? I see 3 Amy's. God dang it. So we are spawning Sonic 1 bosses. We're spawning Amy Rose dolls. We're spawning Sonic 1 bosses. We're spawning Sonic 2 bosses. And the idea here is that we have to take out all the bosses as they appear. There is an achievement for releasing all the bosses and not killing any of them until they're all released. We've got 2 Amy dolls at the very end here. This is not good. Tails, fly, buddy. Send him down. He's at the other side. Will Tails get him? Oh, just above. Unlucky, buddy. Well played, my friend. Well played. And away we go through there. No. So we're going to just jump in and away we go.
If you want to get that achievement, I recommend doing it as Tails because the flight is extremely helpful in terms of leaving them alive while not getting...
Definitely. So Titanic Monarch here is my favorite stage. It is also the final stage in the game. Final action stage. Because we are supersonic, we do have one other stage at the end of this level. And we are going to be, we're going to be doing that too. So this stage here, we've got Tails for one last section. Come, buddy. Where are you? There you are. We need you. Please come and fly one last time. And then you can rest easy, my sweet prince. Thank you for all your help. You were a bro today. Of course, Tails isn't going to listen to me. He'll be right back after these messages. See? Told you right here. Best zone, don't eye it. I don't need to eye it because it is the best zone. The soundtrack is amazing and the speedrun is phenomenal when you get it right. Just the atmosphere, it really truly feels like a very end level of a Sonic game. And getting such a smooth orb ascension there. So
nice.
good. The question is, will we get wonky camera? Let's find out. So wonky camera is where the game just cannot keep up with Sonic. And we'll see what we get. Well, we've got the beginnings of wonky camera. Oh dear, we're getting wonky camera. Time to do this blindfolded. Doing, doing, doing. Please don't die. Please don't die. Please don't die. I'm going to die. No, we didn't die. Yay!
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
we are literally going too fast there. The camera cannot keep up.
And it's very possible to get crushed in that section, right where you're saying, please don't die, where the platform kind of goes up and down. Except his Tails. Tails is short, and so he has an easy time.
Yeah, his hitbox means he doesn't get crushed. Any other character will get crushed. No, I love this stage. And here is Crimson Eye. It is Red Eye's left eye, or is it Left Eye's right eye? I don't know. I can't remember. Either way, this is the bane of all Knuckles runners. Old Claw, I am giving you my energy, my friend. When he does this run later on in the marathon, you do not want to see the elevator going up like it did there, because up means Knuckles can't hit the boss. I will give you all my energy.
You can get one hit on an up with Knuckles. You can get 2 hits with any other character in non-super, though Tails can get. But yeah, it's Knuckles just doesn't have the jump height for that boss, and so it's an RNG fest for sure.
He skipped leg day. But yeah, so we are coming into the second stage of Titanic Monarch here. This level splits into 4 parts. We want to take the bottom left section first, because as we explained earlier, Supersonic plus Lightning Shield equals OP, and we wish to become OP. Accidentally falling down there, not doing the thing I wanted. That's fine, I'll do it again. Oh my god, Arg, will you stop whiffing this? The answer is no, apparently. Right, I'm just going to wait, and then I'm going to spin dash and jump. And then we're going to land onto that area and fall down. So we hit the pink stuff there. The pink stuff resets the stage, as you saw. Don't want to hit the pink stuff. Don't normally hit the pink stuff. Interesting that I hit the pink stuff. It does, however, mean that I have 50 rings already, which is really good for us. And then just casually running up a wall because we can. And it just means that I don't have to worry about transforming. I'm going to wait and see what our cycle is at over here. It's down, so I'm not going to transform here, as it will mean we wait on the next cycle. We'll probably transform in the room with the lightning shield, the secret exit. That is, of course, off to the right-hand side of the stage. So again, let's see if we get a good orb room. Yeah, I can't complain about that. Good orb cycles.
Yeah, and every single path here has a different shield, and you get they have 2 exits as well. So there's an exit that just takes you directly back to the central room, and then there's an exit that takes you to the room with the shield. And depending on whether you want the shield and which path is faster, that is what dictates which exit you always take.
Indeed. So now I'm just going to navigate through the rest of these levels here. And again, orb. And we're just going to wait through these cycles so we don't get crushed by the spikes. Because even though we are supersonic, we can still die in 2 ways. We can get squished, or we can fall into a kill plane. Also, casually just getting pushed into the wall by the electricity there, forcing me to jump up to get out.
Fortunately, that's not a huge wall with those insta-kill blocks above you there, so...
Yep, very lucky. Again, the pistons here are the worst part of this level. They can crush you if you're not careful. Respect the pistons. This part of the stage, really simple, very vertically based again. We'll see if we can get the 3 orb cycle. Big jump, big orb, 3 orb. Yeah, it's not too bad. And we're coming up to the last area here, so a little bit of swag when we get into this area. Sonic can run on walls because he can. Whee! Swag. And then, of course, coming up is the boss fight. Now, this boss is invulnerable while he has his shield up. I am invulnerable while I am supersonic. However, when you hit the shield, it makes a nice doing noise. So a little game I like to play with the chat is, give me a number between 50 and 75. How many times will I bounce off the boss? Sonic and Tails working together. How many boings will we get?
Someone also has to count them, because I'm not.
No, I count them in my head. Don't worry about it. Again, this boss literally has nothing to say, so feel free to take over while I count how many we get.
That's all right. I'm just lazy. So, this fight is basically 4 of those arms. Every 4 hits, you get breaks 1. And it's really, really easy with Supersonic. Also pretty easy with a Lightning Shield. You can get 5 hits on the first 2, and then the last 2 you can only get 4. And in the middle there is a section that used to be optional, only happened if you kind of messed up, but now happens no matter what because they changed the scripting, where these hands come in and send you to see one of the hard-boiled heavies again. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to the boss fight. He's going to go back in here, do these last couple cycles, and then it's on to the mysterious final area, because he has all the emeralds. Also, the only 2 categories that do this final area are the ones being run in this marathon now. Sonic goes there with all emeralds, and Knuckles goes there with all emeralds, if he brings and Knuckles.
Yeah. We got 70 there, so if you said 70, you win. Yeah, because we have all the emeralds here, the Phantom Ruby takes us to this weird dimension, this weird time and space. You can see the timer is messed up. It doesn't know what to do. There is nothing in the area other than the little area that we are in. Heavy King has stolen the Phantom Ruby, made Eggman disappear. Eggman not happy about this, trying to fight. It's up to us as Supersonic to take him out. So this is a double boss fight in one. We want to try and kill both of these characters because we don't want either of them to have the Phantom Ruby. Robotnik here, utter pushover. He can't damage us. We want to run into him and away we go. Heavy King, his orbs, once he launches them, can damage us and remove 5 rings from our counter. But we want to try and keep him as low as we can. Spin dash into him to remove the orbs to give us an opening to try and hit him. He's being a little bit of a butt right now. There you see what is happening. We do get infinitely spawning rings, and we have an automatic magnet effect as well. We can also automatically fly too, which is a really cool point in this stage. And there's also a lightning dash, but we don't use it.
It's not advised because it uses rings, and it's generally more effective to not, even besides that.
Yeah, so time is coming up on the final hit on Eggman, by the way. I will let you know when it comes up. And here's Fist Bump, of course. In case you don't believe that Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces are linked together, this is the prologue to Sonic Forces and how classic Sonic ends up back in the modern Sonic world. It's an utter banger though. Let's hit this part coming up. All right, we'll ruin it with an extra life. Here comes time. Time. There you go.
GG.
GG's indeed.
Sub 56, nicely done.
Sub 56, very nice. So was that that was a 55 then?
55, 57, yeah.
Sure.
Nice. And that, of course, is the end of Sonic Mania here. The Phantom Ruby taking classic Sonic away. You see Little Planet disappearing. Tails and Knuckles escaping outside of the Titanic Monarch there. Tails with the happiest little face that he is. Look at him. Watch when he appears. He's so happy. He's got a happy face there. Knuckles, he don't chuckle, as he never does. Little Planet disappears, of course, and then Sonic heading off to Sonic Forces. I think we got the better game in Mania. I hope you've all enjoyed this run. Alec, thank you for joining me on commentary as well. And special thanks to Oth, the GDQ Tech, and Amber for allowing me to fill this hour with you. You will all be pleased to know that this is all from me today. I know I've been here for like 6 of the runs. I appreciate you all for letting me be here on commentary.
I think the chat would be happy if you were here for the rest of them. Sitting in the background, saying what you got to say. We really appreciate it. You got us back on track, which is what we needed. We've got, coming up right after this, we got Kirby Master playing Sonic Rush Adventure All Emeralds. So that should be a lot of fun. You guys got anything left to plug before we switch over?
That's it. I mean, you know, I've got one more run in this marathon tomorrow. Look forward to Sonic 3D Blast PC version. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope to see you there. And
I just want to say thanks for having me on here for this impromptu run. Glad I could give you a little bit of a vocal break, Arg. And yeah, look forward to my run tomorrow as well as all the ones today and the rest of them tomorrow too, because they're all good.
All right, we'll take it easy. We were going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with Sonic Rush Adventure.